name's Demorne.
And I'm Taria, and today we're going to be talking about how to care for inexpensive clothing, like clothes that you get from Forever 21 and Charlotte Russe.
Yeah, those great purchases that were like $20 or less, but not so great after you wash them for the first time.
Oh yeah, they get balls, they look dingy.
They shrink.
Yeah. I don't really get the shrinkage problem. Mine is mostly like dingy looking, or like the balls on the cheap knitting.
Yeah, that is not cute.
It's not
cute at all.
So, so the main thing you want to do is really try to prevent that from even happening. So a lot of that is how you wash your clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I always do is I turn my clothes inside out. When the clothes is inside out, that's what I know I have to like do a special care for it. You know, it's like I just can't throw it in the washer with everything else.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing my laundry and I'm separating all my clothes and I see that it's inside out, I know that I should like probably take care of it. Otherwise it's going to be dingy and ugly looking, right?
Exactly. There are definitely levels to caring for it. So like level 1, you turn it inside out.
Correct.
Level 2,
look at the tag.
What
kind of fabric are you working with? Rule of thumb, if it's knit, acrylic, anything like that that's not cotton, it's best to hand wash cold water.
Yeah.
Because you're preventing any like dinginess, because the dyes should stay in with the cold water. The hand washing prevents it from like catching on. Like, never wash your clothes with towels. A lot of people don't know that. Don't wash your clothes with towels.
Yeah. That's just like...
No. All that towel cotton would get all over your black... a black sweater with a white towel.
No. Recipe for disaster. Like,
recipe
100%.
for disaster. You look like a cotton ball. Okay, so anyways, once you figure out that the special care is inside out, you read the tag, right? Okay, so now you want to... I always just cold wash all my hands. Let it soak. You can even like let it soak for a couple hours, whatever. You don't have to like So I normally don't do more than like 3 garments at a time, and I normally use my sink. Some people use the bathtub. Some people have a special bucket.
An old tin kind of bucket. Yeah, like a little wooden bucket.
Oh, those are so cool, the tin ones.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Whatever it takes, you know, just make sure you don't put it in the washing machine. And then I have a secret. So then after you soak it and it's nicely washed, you rinse it with cold water. Never wring it. Okay?
No,
You can just squeeze the excess water out of it, right? And then what you want to do is you want to, get a towel, clean towel. I prefer, if it's a dark garment, then I prefer a dark towel, like a dark green towel, like a black towel if you can find one. And then you lay the clean towel, that's dry of course, flat on the ground. And then you put your garment on top of that towel, and then you roll the towel over and you sort of step on the towel.
Okay.
While the garment's inside, you know, get all the water out, and then you have to get a garment rack.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Those are awesome, aren't they? You can hang
a
bunch of stuff on them, and then some of them have like a netting thing, like it's like a net.
Yeah.
And you can lay your clothes flat to dry, which is really good to do, because a lot of knits, if you let it hang like on a hanger, it'll stretch out. So if you want to keep it nice, that's a good way of doing it.
Well, I know my worst experience with machine washing, something that I definitely should not have machine washed, was this dress that I got a few years ago from Forever 21. Loved it. It was so cute.
Loved it.
So cute. It fit me like so cute and like perfect, and I was like, love this dress, literally one of my favorites. Threw it in the wash, didn't even think about it. Took that dress out.
Did you dry it as well?
Oh yeah, it was like all in there.
Never dry your... I try to dry anything, to be honest with you. Just my undies, like, you know.
Yeah, just that,
Not even bras. Not my bras. No. I hand wash my bras as well.
Yeah. Well, that's like, for sure. Because the wires and like, that's not good.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we're going to be doing a lingerie, like best bras to wear under certain garments.
Oh,
that's
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so I took it out. It had like a lining, like built, like sewed in underneath.
Yeah.
The top part of the dress shrunk, but the lining didn't.
No.
Yes. So like you could see the lining like hanging out, and you know, like for everyone, it was like some cheap, gross like lining that was like see through.
Oh, and polyester.
Oh yeah, and it was like hanging out underneath. Like it was a no go. I could never wear it again.
Could you cut the lining to make it?
Well, that was the thing too. The dress was already a short dress.
Oh, so could it be a top
was like
now?
it could have been a top. It probably already could have been a top. I mean, like, but I
she
liked
likes
it.
them short.
I like them short. I know, right? Mm-hmm.
I do too.
I know.
I went into one of those cheapy stores, speaking of which, and I bought a dress. Well, I thought it was a dress, and I was going to like, you know, down to the Caribbean or something, and the lady goes, oh, I said, this is such a cute dress. She goes, the lady who works there, she goes, oh, I thought it was a top. And then she looked at me like, you're one of those. And she was like, oh, I guess you could wear it as a dress, but she was definitely looking at me like, she had the judgy eyes. Yeah, for sure. And I was like, oh, I thought it was, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a dress.
I don't know. I mean, like, it's fun.
I guess it could be a top.
I wore this dress out the other day, and I was with this little girl that I know, and right when I walked in, she was like, Demorne, why are you wearing that shirt as a dress? I was like,
it's like, listen, girl, this is a dress.
I know. Her mom was like, Demorne looks cute. Like, stop. You don't know what you're talking about. We were both
mean,
like,
muumuus are cute, but I don't like to wear them.
Yeah.
You know, the long, I mean, long maxi dresses are cute too.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just feel like it's a lot of material.
Yeah, like around your legs.
No, my sister always almost falls. With the maxi dress, at the certain shoes, you have to be very careful of the shoes that you wear with the maxi dress because you can get caught up. Your heel can get caught up on the bottom of the dress.
I know exactly. One time, my mom was on an escalator. Yes, and she was wearing one of those. It was a skirt, a long maxi skirt. And she was on an elevator and escalator. My bad. Yeah, and her
elevator
skirt
was a lot safer.
Yeah, but her skirt started to get caught like in the escalator at the top, and this woman like freaked out and like was like barricading her and was like I got you. Yeah, like no one passed, like freaking out, but she ended up getting out and it was okay, but like
no,
they're a hazard.
They are a hazard, especially if you're not that tall.
Yeah. And
you get like those long maxi dresses that hang. And that's sort of gross too. Yeah. Especially if you have to go to a public restroom. Ew.
Yeah.
Now your dress has picked up all the Hep A, B, and C. Pee pee boo boo.
Ew.
That's disgusting. Yeah. Hem those dresses, girls.
Hem those dresses.
Hem those dresses.
Poop particles are a thing.
They are. Like fecal matter carry diseases. Okay, what's next?
Okay. I really think, in my personal opinion, the key to not having a mishap when you try and wash, the first step is to try and buy things that at least look.
Oh, you make a good point.
Yeah, look like they're quality. Like even if you bought it for $19.99 or Forever 21.
I will give one secret about fabrics. If it says like polyester, like 100% polyester, you're probably gonna it's probably gonna look cheap.
Yeah.
Because polyester is an inexpensive fabric. It's not natural. If you ever get into a fire, it will melt on your skin. It does not breathe at all. That's why cotton is so much better. Yeah. Cotton, silk, rayon is even better. But polyester, if you're gonna buy something from Forever 21, it says 100% polyester. It's probably gonna look very cheap.
Yeah.
But they'll trick you at Forever 21. Sometimes they're knits. They'll say they'll say cotton, and it would be paper thin.
Yeah, no.
You can see straight through. It's literally like tissue paper. It's like one grade up from like a hard paper towel.
It's like threaded together with like yarn or something, and then like it starts falling apart. Obviously.
No, it's threaded together with paper. Yarn is good. Yarn can be made out of wool. Yeah. No, these are like threaded together with like tissue paper, like to make a thicker tissue, you know?
And you hold it up to the light. And
how about you can see everything?
Yeah.
Like bra. Oh, I have that bra.
For real.
Yeah, you can see everything, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, not just Forever 21. A lot of places when you go, when you shop for clothes, it's a good idea to look at the fabric content, because if it says polyester, or you could look at the model, you could tell sometimes the pictures are deceiving, right?
For sure.
You could look and it looks really expensive, but then you get it. Oh, you know what I really hate? I hate when the craftsmanship is bad.
Well, I had this shirt,
Uh-huh.
and I'm pretty sure I actually think got it from my friend. It was like hers, and I, for some reason, ended up in my closet. But the seam of it, like, I mean, not necessarily one seam dress, but like a jacked up seam.
Okay.
It was like cutting across like this. It would always like twist on me, and there were stripes. Oh, you know how like
no,
sometimes
that's not okay.
You know sometimes when stripes like don't align, like you can tell like it's so messed up.
That's really poor craftsmanship. That's a return. That's a return.
That's a return.
It's not even worth trying to keep it. I don't care how cute it is. It's gonna look cheap.
Yeah.
You know, when the lines don't add up, they don't line up. That's rule number
it's okay
one.
If
that's
it
no-no.
is cheap.
It
just can't look cheap.
It can't look cheap.
Yeah.
And I've had the big disappointment of that many times. You're so excited about it. It comes in the mail and you're like, oh, I cannot wear this. This looks so cheap. But I've also been pleasantly surprised.
Definitely.
I've gotten some things. I'm like, I'm just gonna take my chance on it, and I'm like so happy that I got it.
People always are like asking me where I got things.
Yeah,
or,
me too.
You know, whatever, and I'm like Forever 21, and they're like, how? Like, how did you find that?
Yeah, they go, I've been there and I didn't find anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, when it comes to Forever 21, the store for me is a little bit overwhelming.
Oh, definitely.
But the online shopping, I can control that better.
But see, sometimes I've like gone online and found things in Forever 21 that I really liked but didn't get. Maybe I just put it in my bag or like wish list or whatever they have on there.
Yeah.
And then I'll see it in the store and be like, oh, like I'm so happy I didn't get that. Exactly.
That has happened to me as well.
Exactly.
And sometimes I wish I would have just gone to the store first, because I end up returning so much stuff. I'm just like, I should have just come to the store first.
I know, when they have that whole like store credit only thing.
They do. No.
Not if you return online purchases?
Yeah, if you return it to the store, they give you credit. If you can send it back and get your money back.
Oh.
Yeah, just send it back to them within 30 days.
Oh. Okay, well.
Yeah, but Forever 21 has been around for a long time. One of the first stores was actually up in California. And, yeah, I went to one of the first Forever 21 stores, and they had a horrible return policy. They didn't take returns, basically. It was like within 7 days you can get store credit. And they were like that for a long time until they got really big, and now they're sort of quasi getting with the program.
They're like 21 days. Because we're doing a little thing, you know?
They tried to tell me once that I wore a pair of pants. I got these sailor shorts. They were frumpy. They were horrible. So I returned them. And they tried to tell me that I wore them. And I was like, I did not wear those. First of all, I'm offended that you even say I would wear something and return it, because I would never do that.
Yeah.
And then, second of all, it's like they were frumpy and ugly. I tried them on, but you could tell somebody wore them because they were beige. They were well made. They just didn't look right on me. But I would never wear something and then return it.
No.
Never.
No.
So I was so offended. They didn't give me my money back, but I did. And I think somebody in their warehouse is stealing. Because PayPal, whenever you pay with PayPal, if you have an address on there that is like your validated address that they verified, if you go onto a website and you pay and you have a different address and then you go to pay for PayPal and it goes to PayPal's website, PayPal will change the address, your mailing address. So that's what PayPal did, and I didn't realize they had done that, but PayPal actually sent it to my old address. Okay. So the whole shipment went to my old address. Well, it was actually 2 shipments. One of them went to one of their warehouses in Pennsylvania, Forever 21, and then another one went to the California warehouse. The ones that went to the Pennsylvania warehouse, I actually got, they ended up rerouting it, and it came to my house. The other package that went to the California warehouse went missing.
Did you get your money back?
I got my money back for that.
But
and in that same order, that's the one I got the frumpy pants, you know, the first order. But I ended up getting that first order, so that's the gotcha. The first order ended up getting to me so late because it was rerouted. So it was pretty much after the 21 days by the time I got the frumpy pants. And I returned the frumpy pants. They tried to say I wore them. And I'm like, no. Yeah, it was a big mess, and I haven't ordered from them since.
You haven't?
No, I'm not messing with Forever 21 anymore.
They have a huge store here, and like
They do.
they have 2 stores that are big, but they have one that the huge one, you know, like the 2-level one.
Yeah.
And that one surprisingly is so much easier for me to shop in than the like still big but slightly smaller one. I can't deal with that smaller one. Like it's like
Too overwhelming.
I literally walk out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like cannot be in there.
Yeah.
And there used to be an even smaller one than that,
Oh.
and I could deal with it. Like I just like dealt with it. There was like a way that I ran around the store that I could see everything and like choose everything that I wanted.
Yeah.
But now this one, it's like so weirdly laid out that I can't even like navigate like a normal person in there. But the bigger one, I have found pretty good things in that one.
I've been to the big one. I think I know the one you're speaking of, and they do have really cute stuff in there, like well made. Forever 21 makes their stuff in China, which, you know, sometimes you get really good stuff that's out of China, and sometimes the craftsmanship is just very rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you got to be careful with the quality control, just, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, it starts in the store and then continues when you get home.
Yes.
Continues when you wear it.
Yes.
And then when you wash it and care for it, all
That's
that.
right.
It's just a level thing.
It is, and you
Steps.
can know pretty much right when you get it in the mail if you shop online, right?
Yeah.
Or if you go to the store, you look at the material. Always look at the material.
Always.
Because some things snag really easily.
Ooh.
Good
that.
idea to look at the other, you know, items. If you go to the store and you see something that looks like it could snag, look at the other ones. You know what I mean? And just see if they have any snags.
Oh,
on.
yeah.
If you see something when one snag, it's going to get many more.
Yeah. That's so annoying to me.
Yeah, it is really annoying.
Yeah.
And just got to be careful. If you are going to get something that snags, don't wear a lot of jewelry with it.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, even I got this like really cute sweater from Free People, and
I
like
Free People.
yeah, I really like Free People, right? And so I got this really cute sweater from them, and they ended up getting like a rip like in the seam, and
that should be an easy fix.
well, the material was kind of weird. Like it was super warm, but it was like maybe if you hold it up you could see the light through, but like what you couldn't see the light through was so thick and so like dense that it was still really warm. I don't know how to describe that.
Okay,
like,
but it's probably like some kind of acrylic that had like holes in it. Almost like a crochet.
Yeah, almost like a crochet, but like very thick.
Okay.
And it got a hole right in the seam, and so I went back and exchanged it and got a new one, like no problem. They were really nice about it, like whatever. And I wore that one, and literally, like, I love this sweater, so I've worn it, like, I think 2 days later or something, and I know, jumping on it, but I wore it, and it had the same hole. It had the same exact hole. I put my hands on my hips, and I was like,
say that.
I was like, there's another hole! What?
Was it in the exact same place?
The exact same place, on the same side, same everything, and I went back and I was like, okay, like, I ended up dealing with the same exact guy that I went back there for the first time with. And he was like, oh wow, like don't worry about it. I ended up just completely returning it. And I think it's like even with like places that are known for quality, it still could happen.
Well, a lot of times that comes from how they decide in the manufacturing when they get a pattern, the way they cut it out, and a lot of times they don't have actually a human being like sewing it. They'll have like these machines that sew some of it, and then a human being would do like the last parts of it. And it could have been doing that run, the sewing machine for some reason was like missing or something was going on with that, and that's what happens. Yeah.
I was sad.
It is sad when something like that happens, but you gotta learn how to sew because you could have.
I know.
It.
I almost asked you if you could fix it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I should probably get. I shouldn't have got it.
I would have fixed it.
I shouldn't have got it in the first place. I mean, like,
but
let's be honest.
It, right?
I shouldn't have bought it because.
No, if it's gonna be expensive, and that's the thing that I've noticed. I do not mind spending a lot of money for clothing. Nasty Gal. Like I really like Nasty Gal, but sometimes they try to charge a little bit more than they should for the textile. You know. Like some of their stuff is actually made well. This dress is really cute, really well made, but the textile they use actually faded. Faded in a wrong way. It was like it's been hanging out outside and in a smoking area. Like it's all kind of two tones. It was a cream. It was cream.
Oh.
And now it's like, just looks like it's been around for ages. And I've only got a chance to wear it, I think once or maybe twice.
Oh no.
Yeah, Nasty Gal is known for that. They will like have like cute looking clothes that are even well made, but the textile is so cheap.
Okay,
Yeah, so yeah, those cheap clothes, got to be really careful when you're out there shopping.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter if it's a cheap store or not. It could be like a nice high-end store, and they could still give you like, you know, cheap textiles that you know, you feel like you didn't get your money's worth.
So you have to make sure you check the tag in the store to make sure you're getting good fabrics and everything, and then also just continue those kinds of patterns once you already have the garment, and before you wash, and make sure you check the tag to see what it says, and then even if you have to make your own judgment call, you
dry
can do
cleaning
that.
is not a bad idea either.
Yeah,
I mean, you could dry clean some of your clothes, but the thing is, if it has that circle on it with an X, then that means don't dry clean. That means don't wash in cold water.
Yeah, and that can get kind of tedious, not even just like for paying for it, but just having to like go down there all the time.
That's true. Just another errand you have to do.
Exactly.
It's another errand. But at least you don't have to do the washing yourself.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Exactly.
But I do suggest that you should look at the tags like we said, right? And don't put yourself in the washing machine.
Yeah, just make sure you're consistent with keeping up with it, and if you do all of those things, then your garments will be beautiful forever, even if they were cheap to begin with. Cheap
doesn't matter.
Costing.
Yeah,
right, costing.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we know that you can buy things that are expensive and they still turn out just as like you paid $12 for it.
Yeah,
I just paid $200 for it. So
yeah. So just make sure that you keep up with that, and so your garments can stay beautiful forever. So
I'm Taria.
Yeah, and I'm Demorne, and
thank you for looking at Fashport.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.